For this preliminary round, Connacht Senior Football Club Championship. Roscommon and Kilbride playing from right to left, and Crossmolina and the maroon and white playing from left to right, playing into the hospital end. Referee is Martin Duffy from Sligo. We're ready for the throw-in. The throw-in. Nana knocks it down. Michael Miles comes onto it. He takes it on. He's on the run. Thomas Loftus pulls out of the middle. Still Michael Miles. Michael Miles a shot. Michael Miles a point. Well, literally the first touch of the game, Michael Miles sends it over the bar. One point for Crossmolina. Kilbride no score. Two changes from the county final. Thomas Loftus comes in for Noel Conley, and Stephen Rochford comes in for Pat McAndrew, who've been down with the flu this past week, and Jonathan Farrell from Kilbride with this kick out now. High ball down. Stephen Rochford knocks it down. Thomas Loftus picks it up, gives it to Michael Miles. Michael Miles turns in and kicks a huge high ball in there. Knocked inside, but it's picked up there by the cornerback, James Feely. Michael Miles, into Lavelle knocks it in, but he couldn't just find Stephen Rochford or Johnny Leonard. Just missed him. It was just a little hit bit hard. So Crossmolina started in whirlwind fashion. A point and a wide in the first couple of seconds. Jonathan Farrell down here on our right, kicking out. Kicks a good high ball down. James Nallen is under it. Out by the Roscommon man is John Hanley. John being challenged by Stephen Rochford. Gives it back to the number 7 there. Tries to get round. Man picked up by number 12, Eddie Lohan. Eddie into the corner to his brother Jerry. Then a long ball in there to the corner into the full forward. Stephen, the ball goes wide. The Lohan brothers, 3 of them in the forward line. Eddie, Stephen and Jerry, 12, 14 and 15. Michael Miles makes a run. Ball comes out. Gets a hand to it, but it's only taken up there by Declan McDermott, the big midfielder, and to John Hanley. John Hanley steps inside Damien Mulligan, still Hanley knocked away by Stephen Rochford. Gives it out right there to Thomas Loftus. Thomas being challenged. Back to Francis Costello. Low ball inside to Paul McGuinness. It's knocked away from him. Thomas Loftus comes in, nips in, tries to knock the ball inside. It's into Jerry Lohan, being challenged by Francis Costello. Still Lohan, looks back to McDermott. Challenged. And low ball inside towards the full forward. Being challenged there, taken out by Francis Costello. Inside to Michael Miles. Michael Miles has got Tom Nana with him. Tom Nana is well up the field. He's 50 metres out. Inside to Thomas Loftus. Tries to knock it inside. Down there towards Paul McGuinness. Paul McGuinness is challenged back towards Padda Garner. Padda Garner knocks it inside. Knocks it over the bar. Padda Garner. Well, Tom Nallen was really up the field there, but brother James slipped back and covered, and Padda Garner put the ball over the bar. 4 minutes gone. Crossmolina 2 points. And the Kilbride manager, Urgent, has been on. John Dowling down to the former Roscommon Gales man. Crossmolina started positively. Naturally, Kilbride would start a bit nervous. It's their first adventure into club championship. Knocked inside to Johnny Leonard. Johnny is challenged. Johnny is pulled and free into Crossmolina. 26 metres out, 25, 26 metres out. On this absolutely glorious day here in Roscommon town. Johnny Leonard with the sun beaming down. 26 metres out. Johnny kicks it in and kicks it over the bar. 3 points to no score in favour of the Deal Rovers, and Jonathan Farrell with this kick out. A huge midfield pairing of Declan McDermott and Seamus O'Neill hasn't got into the game yet. Seamus a minor, but Declan, the older of the two. Ball down there towards Michael Miles, being pulled. Thomas Loftus picks it up. Back towards Stephen Matchford, gives it a bit too much weight. Comes back to Francis Costello from Stephen Matchford. To Kieran McDonald, his first touch being challenged by number 22 there is Chandler. Then Kieran knocks it inside towards into the red. It goes in over his head into the goalie, Jonathan Farrell. Bit overcooked. Michael Miles comes in, but McDermott grabs the ball, being challenged there by James Nallen. Throws out to his partner Seamus O'Neill. Comes up the far side of the field. O'Neill gets it into number 10, Robbie Burns. Robbie on his own 70-yard line back to McDermott. McDermott knocks it inside to the full forward. Lohan blocked down by Tom Nallen, back to Thomas Loftus. Thomas gives it to Tom Nallen outside to Paul McGuinness. Paul McGuinness runs it inside, but it goes to the full back and Trevor McDonald. McDonald challenged and gets the ball out to number 7, Colin Fallon. Farrell up the field, Tom Nallen challenges. Hanley blocked down by Paul McGuinness, comes into Lohan. Lohan a long ball inside to Jerry. Jerry a shot. Jerry a point. Now Stephen Lohan, Stephen, the brother Stephen. Seven minutes gone. Stephen Lohan opens the sides account. A good point. He was 35, 40 yards out. Barry kicks the ball out towards James Nallen. Taken at midfield by O'Neill. A minor this year, gets it in there. Towards the full forward. Stephen, another one. Long ball inside to Barry Heffernan. Takes it out there to Gerard O'Malley. Gerard O'Malley looks for Paddy Garner. Back there on the half-back line. Ball is off the Crossmolina man. Line ball to Kilbride. Looks back there towards number 8, Seamus O'Neill. Lose the ball, picked up by Paddy Garner out towards James Nallen. James Nallen looks inside towards Johnny Leonard. He's challenged there. And Thomas Loftus comes in, wins the ball. Again gives it back to Damien Mulligan, back to Johnny Leonard. Johnny Leonard inside to Kieran McDonald. Kieran McDonald inside to Johnny, down towards into the bell, and he's pulled down. Is it a penalty? He certainly looked close to it. Well, Joe Donnelly goes in and attended to Kieran McDonald. He was just going to take the free, but they certainly looked menacing, the Crossmolina forwards, in those opening 7 or 8 minutes. Kieran has just his chance to open his account, and Crossmolina's 4th point. Kieran kicks it in, kicks it over the bar. Nine minutes gone. Crossmolina lead by 4 points to 1. Jonathan Farrell is in no hurry. He's been settled down. Paul McGuinness throws him back the ball, and Philip Dowling is marking Paul McGuinness. And in the centre right back is Chandler. Aidan Chandler. He was suspended for the Roscommon County final. Jonathan Farrell comes, kicks a high ball out. James Nallen is under it, breaks it down to Gerard O'Malley there. Broken inside, picked up by Hanley. Hanley tries to get round James Nallen and gets it in, but Stephen Matchford cuts it out. It was taken up by one of the Lohans. It's Eddie. Eddie crossed the field, being followed by Mulligan. Eddie Lohan kicks a huge high ball in, and he kicks it wide. Crossmolina nearly cut out that ball. It's hard to judge it up here. We're up so high. Taken quickly by Barry Heffernan towards Stephen Rochford. Steps in by this man Lohan. Gives the ball in, but the three Roscommon Kilbride men there, picked up by Paul McGuinness. Paul McGuinness into Thomas Loftus. And Thomas Loftus inside to into the well, back to Kieran McDonald. McDonald is on the run, being followed by a number of players. Fisted in, down, comes off the post, challenged, knocked out there, the far side of the field. Out there is Jordan Manny, comes onto it, grabs it, being pulled, gets it inside towards Padda Garner. Padda Garner floats it in, kicks it into the goalie's hands, Jonathan Farrell. Gives it out there to number 7, Colin Farrell, being challenged by into the well. Thomas Loftus steps round them, then tries to get it out. Gives it back to the centre half back is Dowling. And with number 6 on his back, he's challenged by into the well. Back there is John Hanley, he's challenged by the well. McDermott, and back is number 2 there is Stuart Feely to Lohan. Lohan knocks it inside. Damien Mulligan gets it out to Paul McGuinness. Paul McGuinness then looks up for Kieran McDonald. Kieran McDonald then looks up, takes a shot in, then he kicks it wide. Well, I thought by the way the goalkeeper was looking at it that it was over the bar. He seemed to be not too pleased with his backs, and so he shouldn't, because Kieran was left all alone. 12 minutes gone. Crossmolina 4 points to 1 in the front. Ball out from Farrell, out to the middle of the field. James Gannon rises for it. Taken down there, picked up by Jerry O'Malley. He's fouled. Taken quickly inside to Kieran McDonald. Kieran McDonald looks up, back towards Padda Garner. Padda Garner on the run, gives it back to McDonald. McDonald slips inside his man, inside the Jordan or Padda Garner. To Garner being pulled and dragged. He's fouled, a free in. Lead across for 9, and Kieran McDonald will take this. Martin Duffy, the Sligo man. About 35 metres out. Take this out of the hand. And there's no easy free in championship football. He kicks it in, and he kicks it over the bar. Minutes gone. Crossmolina lead 5 points to 1. McMurray down there in front of us, and the substitutes, and some of them have warmed up. Just a routine thing is Jonathan Farrell comes with his kick out. He all white with the green socks. Kilbride halfway between Tulse and Roscommon Town. The ball comes away, taken away by Jordan Manny, scooped up there by Padda Garner, steps outside to Jordan Manny. Jordan Manny into Thomas Loftus. Kieran McDonald looks up then, gives it back towards Johnny Leonard. Johnny Leonard back to Jordan Manny. Jordan Manny comes through, takes the shot. Jordan Manny kicks it over the bar. That's good shooting. Jordan Manny came into the line, pinpointing the weakness around the half-back line there so far in this game, and lead 6 points to 1, punishing any error. And there's Jonathan Farrell comes, knocks this ball down towards Thomas Loftus, and Damien Mulligan is knocked inside. Referee says Thomas Loftus or Damien Mulligan was leaning on their men down there to number 12. Eddie Lohan. Eddie then kicks it inside. Challenge here by James Nelman and Handy. Good ball inside to the full forward. Full forward down, a shot, and a point. Eddie Lohan, Stephen Lohan. And Stephen Lohan or Eddie Lohan will get the ball. They can certainly punish this Crossmolina defence. Michael Miles makes a good run out to Barry Heffernan's kick out. Stephen Rochford is inside him. Then goes low, a long ball inside towards into the veil. Knocked away from him by the fullback Trevor McDonald. And takes it quickly inside towards number 12 Padda Garner. Padda brings it in towards into the veil. into the well, then takes a shot across there. Thomas Loftus just couldn't keep it in, and well, maybe he was a little bit wiser if he left it to Kieran McDonald. Kieran, a good man to kick a ball from the sideline. He took it quickly, and well, it nearly worked out. Jonathan Farrell down here on our right, the busier of the two keepers by a long shot. But in the couple of attacks that Kilbride have, they've shown that they can score. The ball comes down, taken up by Declan McDermott out there, the far side of the field. Knocked away from number 10, Robbie Burns, by Gerard O'Malley, and Gerard O'Malley making an incisive run inside. Tries to get it in, he's tackled by Seamus O'Neill, inside to into the Veld, tries to get round Trevor McDonald, still the Veld. Then looks up, gives it out to Thomas Loftus. Back towards Damien Mulligan. Damien in the front of the goal. Damien takes a shot. That's a 45. Damien limps away from that, from John Hanley's challenge, and Damien doesn't score too much. He was on the go there, and he saw the post, and John Hanley got in the challenge. It was half a hand and foot challenge, and he conceded that. 45. Kieran McDonald down here under us. He's got 2 points already. This is a 45. Maybe Michael Miles will make a run for him. Short. There's no doubt he can get the distance, but 45, there isn't that many of them scored. Kieran with the left foot floats it inside. Lavelle knocks it inside. All goes wide. 4 wides, 6 points to 2. Kilbride with 2 wides, 2 points. Joe came back from the Lebanon, leading the sprint down here on our left. Jonathan Farrell, once again, from the edge of the small square, down towards Michael Miles, who picks it up. He's on the run, he has the speed, he turns inside, back to Kieran McDonald. Kieran takes on Chandler, then turns inside him, then turns, kicks, high ball inside, straight into the goalie's hands. Took it down, being challenged by Paul McGuinness. Still the goalie, turns, twists, and James Mann is out in front of his man, grabs the ball, back towards Damien Mulligan. Damien Mulligan back to Kieran McDonald. Kieran McDonald says, "Good shot," and sends it wide. Well, a great position there and a great chance. Just pulled it wide. Damien Mulligan that set it up again. Jonathan Farrell once again down here on our right. Low ball this time, comes out to Chandler Eden. Gets away from McDonald, this time out to Robbie Burns. Robbie Burns turns inside. Back to Seamus O'Neill. O'Neill then goes left-footed, long ball inside. Tom Lallan goes out and takes it away, and Stephen Lohan is very disappointed because he made a break, and Padder Garner comes back and picks up the ball and then goes long inside towards Paul McGuinness. Paul McGuinness knocks it down, grabs the ball, challenged by 2 men, then looks up and gives it out to Michael Miles. He's all alone, he's making tracks in. It's half blocked down. It maybe come down to Paul. Paul challenges, free out, the other foot up, and hard look Paul. Farrell, a high ball out there, out towards Padder Garner. Padder Garner goes up, challenges man there, number 12, Eddie Lohan. And his marker, he's not his regular marker. Colin Riley has been followed down here by Martin McDermott. Long ball inside towards, taken away from Hanley, being challenged there by Thomas Loftus. Still Hanley looking round, gives it out to McDermott. Declan turns inside Francis Costello, down to number 14 Lohan. High ball inside towards Tom Lallan. Pulled back there is James Lallan. Referee says there was a foul on Lohan, and free to Kilbride. Eddie Lohan will take it. He will narrow the gap down to 3 points with this 3. Gets it in, Eddie Lohan the point. 20 minutes gone. Barry Heffernan sizing up the positioning of his players, and the Gales has tightened up considerably. Barry comes and kicks this ball this side of the field towards James Allen. He's up and grabs it. Knocks it inside to Kieran McDonald. He's down in front of his man. Shannon slips. He's got Thomas Middle-Afters outside him. Gives it into Thomas. Gives it back towards Kieran McDonald. Kieran knocks it off the Roscommon Gales and shins. He's got into the well inside him. He's got Michael Miles outside him. Then he kicks it in towards the goal, but he kicks it wide. 6 wides for Crossmolina. 6 points. 2 for Kilbride and 3 points. Crossmolina missing a couple of chances in the last 5 minutes or so, and Kilbride have scored the last 2 points. 21 minutes or so gone. Jonathan Farrell, nothing in this game. They look dangerous and they're on the attack, and all down there taken by the big midfielder. McDermott gives it back there. 3 men to give it to Evanet. Long ball inside. Back there is Francie Costello grabs it. He's got Damien Mulligan with him. Back to Stephen Rochford. Stephen Rochford then goes for distance out there towards Johnny Leonard. Johnny is out in front. Then it into Michael Miles. Gerald O'Malley makes the run on. He should have got the ball. He's fouled, and it's a free to Crossmolina. Colin Riley is calling for it, and Colin, take your time, go back, cover your own corner, and Johnny Leonard will take this free. It's a difficult free. Seamus O'Neill, the youngster, the minor, a great prospect here in Roscommon. Origin has been on, and it's a good thing to see a minor taking responsibility, and he'll be a good one, they reckon, down here in a couple of years' time. Johnny Leonard with this difficult free, 35 yards out, loads it in. The midfielder is on it down in front of the goal, down to Paul McGuinness. McGuinness a shot, and McGuinness a point. 22 minutes gone. Free came down off the back, possibly off the post as well, and Paul picked it up and done the sensible thing, sent it over the bar. 7 points to 3. Jonathan Farrell with this kick out once again, straight down the middle. He has got big men to aim at. James Allen knocks it down. Michael Miles goes in, half wins it, sends down to Lohan Eddie. Steady Eddie as a call down here, in there, a high ball in, knocked back there. Colin Riley goes back, gives it out to Stephen Rochford. He's got Michael Miles with him, gives it to him. Michael turns inside, then goes for distance. It slips as Paul McGuinness slips as he went for the ball, and Philip Dowling goes back, gets it. He'll have a job to get out of this corner. Paul is there. Line ball to Kilbride, and they win the free. The line ball. High ball up in the air. Crossmolina men should get this. Colin Riley nips in, takes it on. Still Riley inside to Kieran McDonald. Chops inside. He saw the ground opening up a shot. It's blocked down. It's 45. He lost the ball at just a vital moment. He pulled on it first time. Somebody got a hand or to it and tucked it out for a 45, and the goalie Jonathan Farrell nearly put the wrong way. Crossmolina is second 45. Kieran will take this. As I said before, he needs somebody who has to go short and then go in and take the pass, the return pass. The crowd still coming in here. Good fair size attendance is now for this Saturday afternoon fixture. Paul McGuinness makes the run. Is it inside? There's a mess up between them. Paul McGuinness is beaten there by Dowling. Gives it back to Shannon. Shannon then looks up, goes for distance. Back there was Stephen Rochford. Fancy Costello. Down there, it's knocked away, picked up. Lohan has it, picks it up. Big strong man still Lohan. A shot. Lohan a point. Stephen Lohan. Well, Crossmolina caught there. With the short free, they mixed it up. One man wanted to take it, another man decided to take it, and it was mixed up. And the crowd origin, the players on, and Crossmolina leaving Tom Mallon and Lohan exposed there in the middle of the field. Michael Miles takes it on, then goes for distance inside towards into the ball. Ball is broken down, comes to Dowdy back there. Long ball out there on the far side to Lohan, takes it on, good strong player into the middle, gets a hand on him, ready, Lohan back there, Johnny now follows his man. Hanley, Sherman's guy, Damien Mulligan, still Hanley gets away. James Mallon goes back, gets a hand on him, back there the corner forward. Martin McDermott, a long ball inside, Francis Costello gets a hand to it. Knocked away, Damien Mulligan picks it up. Takes it quickly out towards Kieran McDonald. He cut him a bit short, but Kieran knocks it out towards Johnny Leonard. He couldn't keep it in play, and Roscommon making the best of a couple of Crossmolina errors as Lohan gets it inside towards Eddie. Eddie, a shot comes off the post and hard look and wide, but that was a terrific shot, and Crossmolina lucky to be just the 3 points in front. A couple of mistakes have been punished, and every time Crossmolina make a mistake, they're punished down here by the Lohan brothers. 2 men down for Crossmolina. One of them is tying his boot. It's Kieran McDonald. Gives a bit of break in the play, and also in Shanahan for Kilbride. Number 22 is receiving attention down here. 7 points to 4 in favour of Crossmolina. But a long bit of football to be played. We have 3 minutes in the first half. I think it's Damien Mulligan that's receiving a bit of attention back there. Kieran McDonald has tied the lace, and a lot of running the players going on down here. Shanahan is alright, I think again. He's physio has come away and he's okay, and this free out from Barry Heffernan down here on our left. Colin Riley makes a move, takes it low towards Colin Riley, has it, he's got Tam Nallen with him, cross out the far side of the field to Gerard O'Malley. Gerard O'Malley then takes it, chip pass into James Nallen. James Nallen then kicks a high ball towards Heather Garner. It's knocked inside to Paul McGuinness. Paul McGuinness down to Garner. Garner shot. Garner wide. Well, it looked as a tail in. He gets it with the left foot. Crossmolina missing an awful lot of chances. 7 wides to 3. 2:45s. Lead by 3 points as we come to half time. Very tight, and certainly Kilbride will know when they win at half time. They have a chance that they're there or thereabouts. They have nothing to lose. Ball is taken down by Seamus O'Neill, the big midfielder out there towards Colin Riley. Knocked away, comes off O'Neill's foot. He stops it from going over the sideline. Touches it on the ground. That's why I need to punish this now before half time. Get a score. Get in. Give themselves a bit of breathing space and organise things. Somebody says something down there, and the referee says 10 metres. Low ball inside to Paul McGuinness. Paul McGuinness gives it back to Kieran McDonald. Kieran McDonald kicks it in. He kicks it wide. And on another day that one would go over. Not today. Paul McGuinness made a good run. He's making those all day. Just under 30 minutes, there'll be a minute or two overtime with the stoppages and that, and Jonathan Farrell once again with his kick out. Loads it out towards James Nallen under it, is broken down there. Thomas Loftus leads it to Kieran McDonald. Kieran goes in, wins it, has it back in his own half-back line. Then looks up, tries to pass it out to Thomas Loftus. It's blocked down, taken out by Gerard O'Malley. Gerard then studies the ship down, gives it to Damien Mulligan. Mulligan to McDonald. Well, Thomas Loftus pulls out. Paul has it. He goes out over the sideline. Line ball to Dowling. Dowling takes a high ball inside. Riley goes for it. Broken down to Rochford. Low towards McGuinness. Good pass inside. Into Kieran McDonald. And Kieran has been getting passes all day. That's a bit short. McDonald turns, then shoots and kicks it over the bar. Well, Paul had made the run inside him. He took it himself and sent it over the bar. 8 points to 4. Jonathan Farrell take the kick out, but one of the Kilbride players are down, and Marty Duffy calls in, the referee calls in attention to Seamus O'Neill, and double scores, 4 points to 8. Seamus O'Neill would be a huge loss if he was injured here, and he seems to be in a bit of pain and difficulty. Crossmolina have 8 wide. Kilbride have just a 3. It shows the territorial advantage that Crossmolina have had in the first 30 minutes. They should have a couple more points, but they're lead by 8 points to 4. James Allen taking a drink down here, and Paul McGuinness, and the referee calls the play out now, and he's telling the Roscommon mentor that off the field, and Marty Duffy, will he call half time? I'd say he'd head on another bit. James Allen goes up and knocks it down. Gerard O'Malley comes onto the ball. It's picked up there by number 5. James Farrell being challenged by Johnny Lennon, blocked down. Paddock Garner gets a hand to it, touched it on the ground. I was thinking Heather just didn't get the boot under there. It's a long way away from us, but Seamus O'Neill has it inside to Robbie Burns. Robbie now, long ball out this side of the field, tilting and teasing across the line defence. Back to number 7, Colin Farrell. Farrell then looking for somebody to run and take the ball. Comes back to Lohan. Lohan takes a shot in, goes over the bar. Terrific point. Eddie Lohan. A great point there, a great rally and score just before half time. And referee says there's time for no more, it's half time. Crossmolina lead by 3 points, 8 points to 5. Hoping to get that goal that bring them right back in this game, and they're only 3 points down. A goal to turn the whole complexion of this game around. Marty Duffy, the Sligo man, checks that everybody is in the position and that the umpires are there and linesmen and ready for the second half. 30 minutes from place in the Connacht Club semi-final for the winners here today. Marty Duffy pointing to his
half-time substitution on the Crossmolina team. Number 17, Pat McAndrew, has replaced number 2, Francis Costello.
high on in, low ball in there to the full forward. Lohan back to his number 15. Shot and over the bar. The first score of the game from Jerry Lohan. Just as Crossmolina did in the first half, Kilbride did in the second half, and they've narrowed the gap down to 2 points. And Francis Costello being replaced by Pat McAndrew, and Michael Miles seemed to be pushed in the back. The referee didn't take any action. The ball is knocked into the corner, down, goes wide, and right at a point from the Kilbride men in this opening 2 minutes. Terrific start for a team who are new to this scene, and it'll give them a lot of hope and confidence, and they have the players in there to punish any error by the Crossmolina defence. Down comes Thomas Norton, is knocked down there. Comes up to Lohan again, Jerry back there to number 13. Free out, referee Marty Duffy signals the free out. Colin Riley will take the free, knocks it out the far side of the field towards Kieran McDonald, and takes a good run. He's got Pat McAndrew with him. Referee Marty Duffy is booking in Chandler. Yes, he's booking him alright. He's picked up for consistent fouling or something. I just took the eye off the play for 1 second, and he isn't booked anyways. Long ball inside towards into the well. Into skips round his man. Into the well, shot. And into the well, wide. Did everything right, got around his man, but just didn't put the ball over the bar. So anything that Kilbride gets down here, they punish the Crossmolina defence. Long ball up. Damien Mulligan goes up, and he knocks it down to O'Neill. Knocks inside to John Hanley. John Hanley towards Chandler. Back to the halfback. Strong Farrell, long ball up the field. Lohan is challenged. Back there towards John Hanley. Knocked out to midfield. Declan McDermott. McDermott has it. Then knocks a high ball in there towards Colin Riley. Is knocked down. Patagarna picks it up. Michael Miles has it. Michael Miles then goes for distance towards the bell. Ball off a big cap. The bell grabs it. Back towards Kieran McDonald. Inside to Paul McGuinness. Paul McGuinness out to James Nallen and making one of those runs. The ball just bounced away from him. Now James needs somebody to come on for it, but James doesn't. He gets round his man. Fouled in front of the goal, and good opening in there for Crossmolina. James will just pull back, the ball just hit a divot and went away from him a bit. He would be down on goal an awful lot quicker, and Kieran McDonald will take this free now. 6 points to 8 the score is. We played 5 minutes in the second half. Kieran kicks it in and kicks it over the bar. 4.5 minutes gone, and 2 footballs on the field, and into the well kicks one of them away as point. 9 points to Crossmolina, 6 for Kilbride. Jonathan Farrell down there with a kick. Long ball out there. Charles Melly gets a hand to it. Picked up by the halfback there as Colin Farrell being challenged by Thomas Curtis. Farrell gets it into Hanley. Hanley is challenged right over the sideline. The three says it was a push in the back. Inside to McDermott. McDermott to Lohan. Lohan across there to Eddie Lohan. One Lohan to the other. Pat McAndrew fouled his man. And Eddie Lohan has the free. just inside the 45, 42 metres out from the Crossmolina goal. Eddie Lohan, the experienced Roscommon senior player. Take this free, he's well within his range, and he will narrow the gap down to the 2 points again. He gets this, Eddie Lohan in and over the bar. All the Lohans have scored all their scores so far. Jeremy's got one, Stephen has got 3, and Eddie has 3, taken quickly out towards Paul McGuinness. Paul McGuinness then looks up and gives it towards James Nall. James Nall then looks in towards Johnny Leonard. Johnny has it, grabs it. He's got Thomas Loftus with him, still Johnny Leonard. Tries to go around his man, back to Kieran McDonald. Kieran goes into the corner. Still McDonald then looks up and gives it across to Paul McGuinness. Is knocked down there towards Indy Lavelle. Indy Lavelle is fouled and it's a free in. Trevor McDonald fouls him, and Johnny Leonard will take this free into the town in goal. And the Roscommon player gone into the book. Trevor McDonald, I think. This is no easy free for Johnny. The wind is blowing across the goal and it's well within his range, but he does the business. Johnny touched it over the bar. Back to 3 points again. 8 minutes gone in the second half. Jonathan Farrell with this free now to get from the 20-metre line. The manager of the Kilbride team pacing up and down the sideline here, John Downey, an experienced official from Paulie with Roscommon Gale. Farrell knocks the ball out. Michael Murray goes up, comes off the fingertips down to Damien Mulligan. Foul by Damien, high ball out this side of the field. Being challenged there by Conor Garner. John Hanley, still Hanley, tries to get round his men. Damien Mulligan gets a hand in, the ball is shot from Eddie Lohan and wide. Barry Heffernan with this kick out, 3 points between the sides. This preliminary round of the Connacht Club Championship, year 2000. Tom Nalla being fouled and free out to Crossmolina. Tom wants to take it quickly. No. He sees Kieran McDonald running off it. It's a 50-50 ball into Kieran. It's knocked away from, but he bats it back. Paul has it in, looks up in towards Indy Lavelle. Indy Lavelle grabs it. He's got Kieran McDonald running inside and back towards McGuinness to McDonald. McDonald the shot. Kieran McDonald the point. Minutes gone, and maybe Indy should have given the ball a little bit quicker to Indy when he was on the run. He had just moved inside him, but it's easier from up here than down there, and the man hanging out here. 4 points in it again, 11 points to 7. Jonathan Farrell, 10 minutes gone in the second half. A lot of movement by the half-backs there, the full-back line, the switch there. Stuart Feedy has gone over on Paul McGuinness. James Nall knocks the ball down. 3-2 Kilbride, and McDermott will take it ready, and Matthew goes back there. Ball breaks to Colin Riley. Colin Riley flips it out to Thomas Loftus. Thomas Loftus then looks up. Gives a long ball inside towards Indy Lavelle. Indy Lavelle to Papa Garner. Papa Garner skips round his man inside to Paul McGuinness. Steps outside neatly. Back to Lavelle. Lavelle then looks up, gives it across to James Lannon. He's got Pat McCanley with him. High ball from Lannon, a huge high ball in, that goes wide. Well, not much movement up front for James that time. Everything got a bit static and crowded out in the middle. He went for the long range point. He wasn't found out. The wind just pulled it off a bit. 4 points in it. 11 minutes gone in the second half. On this absolutely gorgeous day here in Roscommon. A great run met up here on the far side of the field by Robbie Burns, the corner forward. Michael Miles knocks the ball inside. Padder Garner takes it away from him. Padder steps back. He's got Damien Mulligan with him. Mulligan gives it out to Kieran McDonagh. Kieran McDonagh then looks for Johnny Leonard. Floats a good ball out there to him. He has to work for it to keep it in. He's got Paul McGuinness inside him. He's got Pat McAndrew with him. Pat McAndrew comes back. Pat inside down towards Padder Garner. He's pulled down as a free in. Good run by Padder. And another Kilbride player is booked, and he wasn't fair enough in the square for that. 7 points to 11 as a substitute gets ready down here for Kilbride. Certainly Padder Garner has been very lively and has covered an awful lot of ground. He's been up and down the field, back and over. He's got in there and fixed it all over there. 12 minutes gone, second half. And the huge Kilbride fan here getting behind their team, and 86 years since they won their last county senior title, and they've certainly enjoyed the year 2000 as Gerald O'Malley follows his man. The ball comes down high down to the middle of the field. James Lennon knocks it down to Kieran McDonagh. Kieran McDonagh to Gerald O'Malley, back to Kieran McDonagh. That's more like it. Crossmolina. Padder Garner has made a run inside. Lost the ball. Number 22, Shanahan has it. Back there is the halfback, Colin Farrell's being put under pressure by Mindy Lavelle, and Stuart Feely taken down. Michael Miles takes it on, gets inside. Still Miles. And Miles kicks a huge high ball in, and he should have given that to somebody. He's got a knock early on, and he shouldn't be doing so much work. He should lay it off and hang around the middle of the field and pick up those balls. 13.5 minutes gone in the second half. 7 points to 12. High ball out. James Lennon knocked down. McDonagh knocks it inside. Garner picks it up. Back to Kieran McDonagh. Then his shot is half knocked down. Thomas Loftus goes inside. Gets it. Turns inside. Cross towards Paul McGuinness. McGuinness is down in front of the goal. McGuinness a shot. To McGuinness a point. Well, Thomas Loftus set up Paul McGuinness and given a bit more daylight between the sides. 13 points to 7, but that was a good sweet movement, and Paul was the right man in the right place. He didn't go for the goal, took his point and stretched the lead. 6 points. Substitute getting ready to come in for Kilbride now. Michael Miles goes up and it's knocked down there, comes in towards the Lavelle. And that's good work by Miles again, back towards Thomas Loftus inside to Kieran McDonagh. Kieran McDonagh the shot, and Kieran McDonagh the goal. Well, the simple things, how simple it can be when it's done like that. Michael Miles too, down and knocked into Kieran McDonagh, and he stuck it past Jonathan Farrell. 113 to 7 points. And nobody expected that Crossmolina would be leading by 16 points to 7 and 9 points up with 15 minutes still to play in this Connacht Club Championship. But that's the position here in Hyde Park. Robbie Burns has gone off. The substitute is in straight away for the ball. Derek Allen, fisted on. There's Hanley, challenge there, still Hanley, tries to get away from Damien Mulligan, not an easy thing. Padder Garner gets a challenge in. Lohan Jerry has it, then knocks the ball across there, it comes straight to Jerry O'Malley, loses it in a comedy of errors there. Mulligan has it, and when your ball is on the ground and you need a man to just root it out, that's the man to get it. Given out to Colin Riley. Colin Riley's on the run to Kieran McDonald, back to Michael Miles. Michael Miles then kicks a huge high ball in. Johnny Leonard will have to wait until tomorrow to come down. Thomas Loftus just kicks it wide. Well, he did everything right, but Johnny Leonard's just a knock on. Thomas had the awareness not to jump either for the ball, and he just pulled it wide. On another day, Thomas would have fisted that over. 13 to 7 points the score, and the referee ties his bootlace down here, and John Dowding is thinking about sending in another substitute. John Allen is in already, or Derek Allen, number 19 for Robbie Burns. Half back there, Colin Farrell has it, tries to get around Thomas Loftus, he's fouled. Takes it, high ball out there to the Martin McDermott. McDermott has it. Back to John Hanley. Hanley with a long ball inside, dangerous ball inside. Back there to Lohan. Lohan down, a shot. Barry Heffernan makes a super save. Well done, Barry Heffernan. Well, they left Stephen Matchford and Jerry Lohan isolated inside, and Barry Heffernan did the business. A good save down to his left-hand side. As Kevin Hunt comes in. Minutes left in this contest. So that was a great ball from the middle of the field in. They're leaving the Lohan brothers, Stephen and Eddie, Jerry inside, isolators, and good quality ball like that will always seek out a good forward, and he did everything right, but Barry Heffernan did the business, and Eddie Lohan comes to take this 45, loads it in. It goes down, it's knocked down, taken away by James Allen. It's another 45, Michael Miles.
Substitution on the Kilbride team. Number 18, Kevin Hunt, has replaced number 13, Martin McDermott.
Alan Garner left his man down here for the moment, and the moment's lapsed, but he has spotted the vacancy, and Roscommon go back to the 45. It's on the left-hand side of the pitch this time. 11 minutes left in the game, taken to short to Jerry Lohan. Jerry then floats a high ball in. It's a dangerous ball. Michael Miles grabs it, comes out this side of the field. He's a lot of Crossmolina bodies with him. One of them is Tom Madden. Tom will not give it away cheaply. Fisted inside to Michael Miles. Michael Miles challenged. Foul and free to Crossmolina. James Madden will take it. James says go up there, Michael Miles, and he's going short, is he? No, James is going a long distance. It shows Thomas Loftus. Thomas Loftus knocks it inside to Paul McGuinness. A long ball inside to Johnny Leonard. Johnny has it, a spring step today. Connacht Club Senior Football quarter-final, and when it comes to the championship, Johnny is a man for the big occasion. It's fisted inside to Lavelle, grabs it, tries the impossible, the shot. He kicks it wide. Well, one umpire thought it was over the bar, the other one thought it was wide. The referee puts up his hands and says it's wide. Now he's going to board to Johnny Leonard. Free will be taken out again. 10 minutes left in the game. 113 to 7 points. Crossmolina have to keep their discipline now. Let the umpires and the linesmen out. If those men do their job, words are not going to be questioned. The referee was on the spot. He signalled it wide as well, and Jonathan Farrell with this kick out. A high ball down. Jared O'Malley and James Allen goes up for it and grabs it high in the air. Inside to Padda Garner. Padda Garner on the run, 13 metres out. Still Garner being pulled and dragged in a free end. And it's all Crossmolina in the last 10 minutes or so. Crossmolina is the only team in Connacht to retain their club championship. All the other clubs have been defeated. Kieran McDonald kicks it in, and he kicks it over the bar. In the 20th minute, Kieran McDonald kicks it over the bar. 114 to 7 points. Taken quickly. Thomas Loftus took his eye off the ball as Colin Farrell picks up the sharp pass. James Allen gets a challenge in there on Seamus O'Neill, and Seamus's injury has restricted his movement in the second half. But back on the half-back line, the ball is given across there. Johnny Leonard picks it up inside to into Lavelle, a shot down, a goal from Lavelle. Mistake there, into Lavelle picked it up. Johnny Leonard just picked it out and buried it in the net from into Lavelle. But Johnny spotted the ball, the loose ball, and the mistake, and Crossmolina have lost their shape a little bit now. They're leading so much that Chandler and Allen comes away with the ball. If it was a bit closer, they would have been more disciplined and kept their eye on the ball, and the ball goes off Stephen Rochford, and it's a 9 ball to Kilbride. 2-14 to 7 points. Ball out there to Lohan, picked up by Pat McAndrew. He's on the run. No sign of the flu on Pat now. He's got Paul McGuinness from inside. Kieran McDonald then knocks it inside. A terrific ball in. McGuinness a shot. McGuinness a wide. Well, everything was right. That was a terrific pass from Kieran McDonald. He left it on the plate for Paul McGuinness, but Paul McGuinness had too much time as Seamus O'Neill comes and picks the ball up. Being challenged by James Allen, who watches the run of the youngster. Out to John Hanley. And John, who has seen enough of the Crossmolina and Mayo and White for 2 years. He was on the receiving end against Roscommon Gears last year. Back to Derek Allen. Derek Allen then goes for a huge high ball in, and he sends it wide. Barry Heffernan will take this kick out down here below. On our right, 2-14 to 7 points. Low ball out to Damien Mulligan. Comes off the fingertips, gives it out to Gerard O'Malley. Gerard O'Malley has got Thomas Loftus in the middle, but he goes for the long one and throws into Lavelle. Into Lavelle, digs it out. Seems to step outside his line, but Kieran McDonald has it. Back to Thomas Loftus. Knocked inside, it's knocked away from him. Just didn't go to Johnny Leonard. The intention was good. Colin Farrell takes it away out to Declan McDermott. Declan on the far side of the field out to Lohan. Stephen Lohan inside to Eddie. Being challenged by Pat McCandrew. Jerry Lohan down to the full forward. He's on the run. Stephen Lohan. Stephen Lohan a shot. Stephen Lohan a point. Barry Heffernan ready to take this kick out. We've got 6 minutes left in the game. 2-14, 20 points to 8, 12 in it. Taken to Gerard O'Malley. Gerard O'Malley has Colin Riley with him. His shot is half blocked down. Loose ball. John Hanley takes it on. Being followed. Back there, challenged out to Lohan. Back to Allen. Back to Allen again. A shot off the post, wide. Well, when your luck is out, your ducks will get drowned, as they say, as Noel Convey comes on. So Noel Convey is coming on, and I think it's Pádraig Costello. Noel is coming on for Michael Miles, I think it is. Costello comes on. Well, they just hold it up for a moment, and Pat McAndrew's under this, and Lohan knocked away by Stephen Rochford. A 9 ball on the far side of the field. 5 minutes left in the game. 20 points to 8. Unless a miracle, Kilbride will hardly come back today. The ball is down to Tom Allen, cuts out, gives it outside towards Paddock. Arnold has to wait in the charity for the ball to come down, but James Allen picks it out. And then the long ball inside towards Lavelle, goes up for it, grabs a super ball, then knocks it inside towards Kieran McDonald. Back to Convey. Noel Convey floats it in. Wide. just in the game. Kieran McDonald cut out the shot, gave it back to the substitute, and Pádraig Costello comes in now, and well, who's going to go off? It's Thomas Loftus gone off. And what an ovation Thomas is getting here. Terrific servant. Well, just listen to that crowd. He loves it. The ball down. Knocked down. Pádraig Costello is fouled straight away. Free to Crossmolina. James Banner will take this free. James then goes across the field. We come to Johnny Leonard. Kilbride have given up the ghost now. Back towards Lavelle to McDonald. McDonald slips around his man. Pulled and dragged in. Looks in. Lofts the ball in. But there's centre field man Allen, and taken out by Seamus O'Neill. Seamus O'Neill takes it away on the far side of the field. Stephen Rutcher gets a shoulder in on Lohan Eddie, or Stephen. But he's still 60 metres now, trying to get through back to the brother Eddie. Eddie is on the wrong path. Hanley is brought down. It's a free in. A free in to Kilbride. And James Dannon seems to have taken a knock there. James Dannon down on his knees trying to get his wind, and Joe Donnelly goes into him. Number 15 there, Jerry Lohan is having a word with the brother Stephen. Stephen might be instructed to go sharp, they'll go for a goal here. As Pat McAndra is waved away by the referee. James Hanna goes back, and there's 2 minutes left in the game or so. Ball comes off the post. Gerard O'Malley looked to be pulled back. Allen is there trying to get inside, back towards Burns, is it back towards the midfielder. Declan McDermott fisted across there towards Lohan. Barry Heffernan comes out. Barnes is confident play, fists it out towards Damien Mulligan. He's got the All Convey and Pat McAndra with him. Every man going up the field. Out to number 20 is Pádraig Costello, back to Pat McAndra. Pat McAndra low inside towards Paul McGuinness. Is beaten away there from him by Stuart Feely. Out the far side of the field, but there's no Kilbride man there. The ball will go out. No, it's kept in play by Noel Convey. Noel Convey fists it towards Pat McAndra. Pat McAndra back to Damien Mulligan. Damien Mulligan gives it to James Allen and says, you go on. Ball inside there. Taken well by the cornerback. Well taken. Cut out. Beats Pádraig Garner out the far side to Declan McDermott. Declan back to Seamus O'Neill. O'Neill being challenged by Garner. Back to the halfback. Gerald Farrell. Out to Colin Farrell. Farrell knocks it up to the full forward. Stephen Rutcher. Eddie Lohan on the run. Stephen Lohan down. Stephen Rutcher goes back. Robs him. The referee says it was a free in. Just fouls him. And Liam Moffat comes on. Liam Moffat comes on. And who's gone off? It's Kieran McDonald. Well, Kieran McDonald comes off, and Liam Moffat. And the Lavellas come in at centre half forward, and Liam Moffat's gone in full forward. Ball out there from Barry Heffernan to Pat McAndra. Long ball inside towards Pádraig Garner, turns round, knocks the ball inside, picks it up, challenge there, being pulled and dragged, and free to Pádraig Costello and Crossmolina, taking it inside to James Allen. He's been followed, but he gets outside Declan McDermott to shot from James Allen. He kicks it wide. Well, James Allen had a chance to extend the lead, but he kicked it wide, and the referee is signalling out there that free has to be taken out again, and the ball didn't travel outside the 13-metre line. We're just entering into the injury time as Jonathan Farrell kicks the ball out low. The referee says there's time for no more, and Crossmolina advance to the semi-final on a scoreline of 2-14 to 9-5. So Crossmolina advance 2-14 to 9 points to the semi-final against Sligo champions Bunanad.
Okay, Marty. Marty Morris is let's push there for the ring there, honey.
Let's still turn on to let plays out.
Big noise down across the line.
Hold on, Grant. Hold on, Grant. Hear me all right? Okay.
Tom, do you mind holding on for 39 minutes? No, I'd say it would be up probably 39 minutes ago. Tom Nall is
Being Regan's though.
I'm Joe.
But it was pointed to me there, we went 3 points up, I think, within 3.5 minutes, and yet at half time we were still only 3 points up. I think our superiority, eventually we capitalised on it in the second half, and we got scores consistently. Every man stepped up the pace, but for a good 40 minutes the game definitely hung in the balance. Like, I mean, a goal for either side would have put it beyond the other side, so no, I wouldn't. It sounds convincing in the end, and we were reserved winners, but initially it was very much there for the taking.
Just to start at the start, you came from the traps very quickly, got away to a flyer. From your position out there at full back, what were you thinking after maybe 15 minutes when the scores were just flying over?
I felt the movement was good, attitude was good. We were denying them opportunity. I mean, I saw Enda Lavelle, for instance, he worked back very hard and he won back a possession and we turned it into a score. Paddy Gardner was moving very well. Thomas Loftus seemed to be finding space all over the field, and that was great to see, both on the left and right side of the field. But yet we couldn't. I think it wasn't over-elaboration, and maybe it's because we had so much of the ball, we didn't get the scores, and slowly but surely they found their path. And you just can't defend a lead. You have to keep putting away the chances. And they got back and they took 2 or 3 very good points. They kept them in it, and they had great support in the crowd as well, so they were on a high.
What about half time? What was the mood like in the dressing room? Because you had built up a big lead, they had whipped it back to 3, and then there was 30 minutes left, and it was almost as if you had to start from scratch again. What was the mood like in there?
The mood was quite. The mood wasn't too. We weren't too excited. I mean, we've been in this position before. To be honest, we've been in the position where we've been level or maybe a point behind at half time, as the case may be. So we realised that we were up for it. Guys were up for it. More people wanted maybe more of the possession, but I certainly wouldn't say there was never a hint of panic. It was just to realise that there was 30 minutes left and that we had to be winning this 30 minutes, or otherwise we would walk away losers. But that wasn't an option, as we saw in the second half. In fact, I think as James was just talking to James there, I mean, they came out at the start of the second half, and I think the first play they got a score off it in a very slick move. I think that shook us up. That was the catalyst for our movement and up in the pace.
When did you feel yourself personally that you could almost start training one eye in and one in Adden? When did you feel the game was wrapped up?
Well, you never wrap up the game. I mean, Stephen Lohan showed out there today that he's a worthy forward for any county. I mean, he poached points when the opportunity wasn't on. I mean, he took balls from deep and he carried it in. So I don't think I ever, to be honest. Now, obviously, you get a goal, it lifts the mood. Everyone, the morale lifts. But I wouldn't say that at any stage. I mean, it's just in 5 minutes, as we went in 3 minutes, 3 points up, so you can go 3 points, maybe 3 goals down. That's ultimately what it is. 1 or 2 balls came off the bar, off the post there. Another day they might have came down into a Kilbride player, and he might have just buried it in the net. So I wouldn't think I just took the eye off at any stage. And thankfully, none of the guys did further out the field. None of them, no show button took place. Everyone just moved the ball. Man in the best position got it and got the scores. I mean, I think Paul McGuinness and Kieran Down played a great ball through the Paul there, where he could have taken a shot at a time, but he played it through the Paul, and Paul unfortunately sunk it wide.
And finally, Tom, I won't keep you. 2 weeks to go, but an Adden of Sligo in the Connacht semi-final. What are your thoughts on that, and what are you expecting?
Well, obviously, the next 2 weeks, you got to focus in. It's only a semi-final. I mean, ultimately, you win the next day, you still achieve nothing. We won't even have achieved what we did last year. Bunanadden are an unknown quantity, as were Kilbride for us. I mean, today you could say the Lohans. I mean, it sparked interest. Guys focused in it. These are guys who are competent footballers. Next year for Bunanadden, I don't know who they have or what they represent. Obviously, Bunanadden will be, they'll be happy that Crossmolina scored 2-14 today, and that they'll be waiting quietly in the shadows. They'll have watched us now. This is an extra game for their perhaps their county final. I don't know. So they'll be quietly confident, as they should be. But like we're currently the Connacht champions from last year, and that has to mean something. Hopefully,
Captain, thanks very much for joining us. Well done again.